spike, single fight. 1, 2 spike, single fight. 1, 2 spike, 1, 2 spike. All together we can spike. Spike is the team now. Spike is the team. We're lucky in the girls. The 7 wonders team now. Come to spike. It's time to work it out. Learn how to spike it. 1, 2 spike, 6 for 5. Come to spike. We live to play the match. Together's better. 1, 2 spike, 6 for 5. We'll fly together like no other till we reach the sky. The stream is making join our hands and we will become stars. We do it like a flame that lives in our heart. This flame is lit now. 1, 2 spike, 6 for 5. All right, up to spike. It's time to work it out. Learn how to spike it. 1, 2 spike, 6 for 5. Come to spike. We live to play the match. Together's better. 1, 2 spike, 6 for 5. 1, 2 spike, 6 for 5. 1, 2 spike, 6 for 5. 1, 2 spike, 1, 2 spike. All together we can spike.
We return to find the Spikes 1 year later as they prepare for the Student Youth Olympics. A new player has joined the team, Franci. Throughout the year, the girls have suffered through Lucky's abandonment as he coached the men's team. They even lost their team spirit. Lucky seemed to enjoy abandoning the girls. He began to train the Black Roses and arranged a surprise game against them. In Sardinia, the Spikes are burnt out after Lucky's rigorous exercises. But when the girls rebel, Lucky reveals that his actions were a plan to get the Spikes to unite and gang up against him. After the emotional storm, and even a real dangerous storm at sea, the Spikes are back on solid ground. Their research into the Lost Temple has resumed, but a mysterious character is trying to intimidate the girls into giving up. Now for today's installment.
A great big nothing. A never-ending list of names and dates.
The Spikes have been threatened over texts such as these. There must be something here. Maybe they stepped on the toes of some religious sect. Turin is full of them.
Maybe the books have nothing to do with it. Could it be someone has been following the Spikes from before?
Someone who could have been threatened by their search for the Lost Temple. But who, if not Coldwater and Madame A? And why would they only show up now?
That I do not know.
Huh?
Hello? Hello?
What happened to the hotel?
Too much comfort. It wasn't good for their preparation. Any
We
news?
were wondering if you ever perceived you were being followed at any point. Did you ever feel someone's breath on your neck?
I can't say that I have.
They were on the boat. Maybe the spies started following them when they docked.
Whomever it was that threatened you, they are unhappy about your probing, and they are probably following you. Keep your eyes open.
I'm going to get a couple of extra eyes transplanted on the back of my head just in case.
What are those thuds?
New training! Woods women, say hi to Aaliyah and Grace.
Hi. How's it going? Send help. Lucky is crazy. So dramatic. He's just a little sadistic.
1, we have to get a fire going or your feet will freeze by morning. 2, calluses on your hands are great for
And
blocking.
also great for slapping the coach.
You still want triceps of steel, don't you?
Sorry, Lucky. I just can't control the strength of my triceps.
Don't slack! You want to be able to get to Capana Margarita? You gotta train your muscles and your breath.
How do you put up with them? Nah, you put together a great group. Congrats.
Hey, Baldini, you should compliment us for putting up with him. Yeah, Mr. Olympics, you're bad at giving compliments. We helped you train for the Monte Rosa Marathon. Now it's up to you to train us.
Yeah.
Susan, don't stop to check where you sent the ball. The second it leaves your hands, you run off. Don't slow down.
Water break! Water break!
Can you call for a break like that during a game in the middle of a volley? Save your breath.
And Mary Beth, you concentrate on blocking and attack. Franci will do the rest.
We won't defend on the ground.
I need you ready for attack and counterattack. Don't worry, you'll be working on all the fundamentals. I don't want half-baked players who don't even know how to spell dig.
Ugh, don't complain. Look what I have to do.
You'll thank me for that exercise. It'll sort out your attack movement.
Let's bet I won't thank you. Like, not at all.
Remember, low harness, only waist level. Then, if we need to advance using ropes, we'll use 50-meter ropes. The first and last members of the rope party are connected through a nautical knot tied to a snap hook. I'll show you.
I didn't understand a single word he said. Thank you. I thought I was the only one.
This year, we'll have the chance to make and use videos to prepare for the teams we will face.
No, we have to.
Listen
Really?
up.
Do we
Even
have
though
to?
you think you know them well, you do realize teams improve. So you have to carefully study them.
Yeah, especially if your coach happened to train them. That's when you really get to know them.
You're going to be facing new teams. Here, take a look at this video. This is the team from Thailand. Even if they don't have a lethal attack and they have a badly working wall, they'll pose a unique challenge because they have an awesome defense
That girl
and
reminds me of
reception.
an octopus with arms that go everywhere.
You think she's better than you?
They could be one of our opponents.
We'll study them and figure out how to beat them.
Yeah, that's right. We have to think about how we can exploit our opponent's weaknesses. But for now, remain focused on tomorrow's game.
What game?
No, I can't believe this! Surprise! When did you get here? How are you? Meet our rower, Clarice.
You're gonna love the way this team plays.
Your first game with the Spikes. Nervous? I can't wait to get started.
Hang on, hang on. You start off as a reserve. The original 6 of us should start.
Sure, no problem.
Swap!
Joe, move back a little. Patty, you take a step forward. And Mary, stay a little further. Leave me enough room.
Yeah! Amazing reception!
Joe, you did your best on imprecise sets. Manuel?
21 winning attacks on an imprecise ball. 14 on a perfect set.
But what does that mean?
That you work better when you have no time to think. So we have to work to turn this off. Franci, great job, but the short balls were tricky for you. Manuel?
8 short balls, badly defended or not at all.
Okay.
The key there is your opponent's wrist. You can anticipate the movement by half a second at least. You'll get it.
And as for me, perfect as usual.
And Mary and Beth, your attack stats got better.
Yes, but that's not because we defend less.
So why then?
Because we got stronger in defense.
If only we got the chance to show it.
You'll have the same time to show everything you want.
Have you decided to freeze yourself in the sake of science?
Why not? Maybe in the future I'll be more appreciated.
She fancies herself the queen of defense.
Yes, and do you hear her? Sure, Lucky, right, Lucky, great, Lucky.
When did she say that?
Well, I made it up, but she is thinking it.
Well, she's good, though.
Yep, I hate her.
The future will have to wait. Should we go back?
What's up?
I thought, oh well.
It's the fault of those guys who threatened us. I also feel like I'm being watched all the time. Let's not let our imagination run away with us.
Nice to see you made it today, ladies. Perfect weather for climbing. Today we're gonna test you by climbing up to the Nefetti hut. Here, always. You should grab your jackets and helmets too. Yes?
Since we're about to go on a long trip and I know my teammates well, can we start with a 10-minute bathroom break?
The climb up to the Nefetti hut is quite easy, but this week we've had a lot of snow. So as a precaution, we'll go up in a rope party and we'll wear the crampons straight away.
Girls, you're all tied up to each other. The mistake of one will impact all of you. Don't you think that reminds you of something?
That we should have stayed in bed.
It's just like volleyball.
Exactly. So you must concentrate and give 100%. You owe it to your teammates. That's the only way to get to Capana Margarita.
Make way!
Keep walking with regular steps, or you'll risk kicking the crampon into the person
Or
in
worse,
front of
getting
you.
kicked yourself.
Save your breath. We'll be there before you know it.
Got that, girls? Lucky is still with us. He hasn't been speaking for the last hour. I thought he had fallen into the gorge.
Here I am! Save me!
They aren't the Alpine Guard. That's a private chopper.
Hey, leave me something.
Hey, landlord, more stew.
I'm not a landlord, and there's no more stew. I got it. I'm gonna go grab the emergency stock.
Hooray for the landlord.
Hey, is anyone awake?
I am.
Me too.
Who's sleeping then?
Not me. Me neither.
We're all awake, so we might as well stop
Do
whispering.
you think the French were strong? Because we're much better.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I know them. They played with the handbrake on. There will be worse than that. Have you seen the Thailandese? They are not normal.
Franci, would you be able to catch balls like that in defense?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't be modest. We've seen what you can do.
Yes, but those are a different class. No offense.
Yes. Maybe.
Don't stress me out. You must say, sure, what's the problem? If it were up to me, we could play with 2 balls.
Sure. What's the problem? If it were up to me, we should play with 2 balls.
I feel much better now.
What? We're sleeping now?
Focus today or cry the blues tomorrow. Susan, you seem mighty quiet.
Susan? She's asleep.
Well, it's Susan, and you still get surprised?
Good girls gone bad. You think you can handle that?
I woke up and I'm feeling kinda bad. Just remember what I did was so sad. My phone is gone again, and I know you're mad. Somehow I left a message to your girlfriend to piss her off, and I told her we are more than friends and that I kissed you yesterday.
I kissed him yesterday.
Sometimes it's hard to face the real world.
So what? I'll never be a good girl. Good girls gone bad and I don't care why. And then they say to me, what will happen to you? You can rock with me tonight, but don't tell me what to do with my life. Good girls gone bad, can't you see that? And then they say to me, what will happen to you? You can rock with me tonight. Good girls gone bad, you think you can handle that?
Another day and now I don't remember the crazy things that happened in September. So now we party all night with my bottle of Jack.
Give her some ice with that.
And then we go to the club in a taxi, and you throw up, and I think that's gotta be funniest thing that I have ever seen. Sometimes it's hard to face the real world.
So what? I'll never be a good girl. Good girls gone bad and I don't care why. And then they say to me, what will happen to you?
We reached the top, but is the top only a top? Or is it?
Lucky?
Can't you see that? And then they say to me, what will happen to you? You can rock with me tonight. Good girls gone bad. You think you can
Incoming!
Mine!
Yes! Maybe I made the wrong choices in life. I should have been a volleyball player instead of a boat skipper.
You're too short.
And who said that?
Oh yeah, we are the world champions! We didn't beat you like that since the last beach volleyball match. Ha! Rotation!
Incoming!
You guys are tigers! The mountain air did you good.
We sucked in enough of that air to last us for the next 10 years. Well said. No more crampons till after the World Cup.
It was like being back in Egypt.
You miss that country that much? We're in Italy, the most beautiful place in the world.
Yes, but Egypt has a unique atmosphere. In a way, I felt at home there.
Especially surrounded by all those mummies.
What does poker face have to do with anything?
Everything. Why am I signaling behind my back if they can read it in all of your faces?
Maybe play with the mask.
I see you're in a good mood.
Huh? Oh no!
What have you found in the Egyptian museum that made you so happy?
Leave us alone. I'm warning you.
I don't think I'll heed it. After all, you ignored mine. But you could still change your mind and stop sniffing around.
Can you count, you bully? There are 8 of us.
It's not always about the numbers. Rather, the equipment one carries can make the difference. But you're not completely wrong.
Girls, how about a little parkour session?
Why not?
So what? I'll never be a good girl. Good girls gone bad and I don't care why. And then they say to me, what will happen to you? You can rock with me tonight, but don't tell me what to do with my life. Good girls gone bad, can't you see that? And then they say to me, what will happen to you? You can rock with me tonight. Good girls gone bad, you think you can handle that? Good girls gone bad, you think you can handle that? Good girls gone
Okay, let's see if you're real parkour girls. Jump!
Bye-bye. It was fun.
Are you sure they're not outside the hotel waiting for you?
Maybe, but tomorrow we leave in broad daylight and they can't touch us.
They can follow you to Rome. I really don't think they'll leave you alone. Perhaps you must consider...
You can't ask me to just stop looking for the lost temple.
You know I care about it too, but this time they actually attacked you.
We're fine, and I have with me the best girls in the world. Also, now I'm more than a little curious to find out who they are.
So?
They haven't come out of the hotel.
I think they got the message this time.
I don't think she'll agree with you.
You let them escape again?
They're like cats.
Yeah. Did you see how they were jumping between...
Silence! Why didn't you attack them on the mountain? You spent a fortune on that helicopter. All you had to do was cause an avalanche and it would have been goodbye spikes.
We are not meant to kill them. Only keep an eye on them and scare the kids away. That's just what we've done.
I must possess the secret of body rejuvenation. We must be the first ones to find the temple. Do you think now they'll stop searching for it?
I don't know what they'll do, but I know what I'll do. I'm a scholar, not a rotten delinquent like your lackeys here. I'll use my best weapon, and I will find the temple before they do.
Who decided Anne Mary should pick the place?
Why are you whispering?
Everyone is whispering. It's like the whispering game here.
First of all, I want to congratulate me and Luther for the great success of our plan, the Great Mutiny.
You know, Lucky, that's a great plan.
Girls, shh, listen.
Yeah. But without our little trick, you wouldn't be so close now. Look how you handled the mountain and then those ugly thugs. United as one, always paying attention to your teammate. Now, you're ready for the Olympics.
To us!
To us!
Do you want them to kick us out?
Let them. There's a great rotisserie down the street serving better food than these microplates.
Right. A special toast for our new teammate. To
Franci. Welcome.
Yay!
You sure about this?
An islander can't stay too long away from his island. And you better make a good impression at the Olympics, or I'll come back and...
That's it with all the sugar. Come on, girls, let's go win the Olympics.
Bye!
The Spikes have strengthened their group spirit by climbing to the highest refuge in Europe, the Campagna Margherita on Monte Rosa. They also played their first friendly match of the season against the French. Back in Turin, two thugs, led by a mysterious man, attacked the girls. Earlier that day, the same mysterious man told the Spikes to abandon their search for the lost temple. Now we know who is behind the attacks: Coldwater and Madame A. During the next episode, the Spikes will move on to Rome, where the Student Youth Olympics will finally begin. Lucky has yet another surprise in store, a friendly match against the host team and the favorite for the ultimate victory. Susan, more than the others, takes offense to yet another one of Lucky's surprises. This and more in the next episode. 1, 2, Spike, all for fight.
Spike